In this video, I will be discussing the types of unemployment. There are three kinds of natural unemployment. Cyclical unemployment will be covered in the next video. The three kinds of natural unemployment are frictional unemployment, structural unemployment, and classical unemployment. Frictional unemployment is caused when workers are changing jobs, locations, or careers. Structural unemployment is caused when there's a mismatch between skills offered by workers and skills in demand from firms. Classical unemployment occurs when wages are set above the market clearing level, resulting in the number of job seekers being greater than vacancies. Let's consider some factors that affect unemployment. Think about minimum wage. Minimum wage seems like a natural thing to us. However, when you go look deeper at the actual economics of it all, you realize that it can end up affecting unemployment as well. And this depends on whether it is above or below the equilibrium wage. Just when you're selling a good or service, there is going to be a supply and demand curve for labor. Whenever the price for labor is high, more workers are going to want to work. So the supply of labor will be an upward sloping curve. Whenever the price of labor is low, suppliers will want more people to work for them for a smaller price. So that curve will be sloping down. The demand curve will slope down. And where they intersect is the equilibrium. So for example, if the government sets the minimum wage at $6 and the equilibrium is at $7, there will not be any effect on unemployment because what the government is asking is what the employers would do naturally anyways. The problem comes whenever equilibrium is at $7 and the government says minimum wage is $8. Suddenly, you're not at equilibrium anymore, you're above it. And the space between the supply and demand curve is unemployment. Unions similar to minimum wage might seem natural to us. Unions advocate and demand for workers' rights, such as minimum wage, working hours, and rights. These are all great things, however, they will cause some unemployment. It raises the cost of hiring an employee whenever you have all these requirements and restrictions surrounding them. Raising the price brings it once again above equilibrium, and more workers are available than there are vacancies. Finally, efficiency wages. Efficiency wages are wages paid above the equilibrium. So, if the equilibrium is at $6, an employer might set their wages at $8. This would keep their employees working for them and prevent the need to train more people, for example. Efficiency wages are going to increase unemployment. If the wage is $8, way more people are going to want that job, but there aren't going to be as many of those jobs available because they cost more money. Let's consider some examples of the types of unemployment. Hospitals are offering $200,000 a year for nurses instead of the equilibrium pay of $150,000. Many more people want to become nurses and many are left without jobs. What kind of unemployment is this? Let's look back at our definitions. This is classical unemployment. The wages at the equilibrium are below the market clearing level, or the market clearing level is less. This means that more people want to be nurses, but less jobs are available. For the next example, Mark is trying to become an engineer after working in the technology industry, but he's struggling to find work. What kind of unemployment is this? We'll look back at the definitions. Mark is trying to change careers, so this is frictional unemployment. Finally, a clothing manufacturer moves overseas, leaving a seamstress unable to find work. What kind of unemployment is this? This is structural unemployment. There is no longer a demand for the seamstress's skills, so there's a mismatch of skills offered by workers and skills in demand from firms. I hope this better explained the different types of natural unemployment.